What's up, everyone? It's KB, and I love movies. Today, we have on this episode one of my favorite couples out there. They're doing their thing. I love to see it. They also invited me to one of their watch alongs not too long ago. From the fans of something, we have Haley and Eddie.
Boom!
Hi.
How's it going,
What's
guys?
going on? What's going
So
on,
happy to have
KB?
you here. How's your week going?
Well, I mean,
Pretty good. It's
Yeah.
cold here in Savannah. It's cold here in Savannah. It's pretty rainy as well, but
yeah,
You don't expect to
working-
hear that in the South, huh?
no. But I mean, I'm from Florida. I'm from the hottest state in the United States.
where every
So
season is just a variation of summer.
yeah, so coming up to Savannah, I was very pleasantly surprised. They actually it has somewhat of a season.
Well,
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, am from Ohio,
Yeah, she's from Ohio, so
so this is nothing to me. But
Yeah.
it's just nice to see.
yeah. That's well. Hold on. What is your connection to Ohio? Are you from
Just
Ohio?
love. No. Just love for the
Okay.
people. Just
Okay,
love
cool,
for the
cool.
people. They're like the thing I love about growing up back east is you always know where you stand with people like from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and it's like you jump a couple states over and you have the exact same thing in Ohio. So I always appreciate that. I don't have to
Yep.
wonder what do they think about things. You pretty much know.
I like to think
you
we're
know.
good people. I like to think.
I agree. I agree. So you've seen this before. We always try to start with a non-movie question and then we get into the good stuff and
Yes.
we end it strong with the 5 takes. I'm going to ask you one non-movie question to get started, and you've probably been asked this one before, but how did you two meet?
How did we meet? We
Well,
finally got to tell our Pearl origin story.
I love telling this story. Literally,
Go
like
for it.
Although, wouldn't it be funny if it was very much like Pearl?
that would be
Like,
scary.
that would be
You come
scary.
home from war.
I come from war. You just like massacred the whole
Howard.
family, and you're like, "Hi, honey."
Welcome home.
All right. So,
No.
anyways,
I'm glad you're home.
Not true. I like telling the story because I have a better memory than this guy does.
I hear that.
So we were actually coworkers at our nondescript place where we work. And he had already been working there previously. I had just started, and because of COVID, we had AM PM block scheduling, so they couldn't mix, and you really had a tight knit group of people like within your block because that's all you could have worked with. And I was put in that PM block with this guy, and
Mhm.
we got really close. And the more you work together, the closer you get, and
True.
everything just kind of came naturally.
yeah,
but-
I invited her to do a podcast all about because we had realized we have a mutual fandom of The Walking Dead, and so I was like, "Hey, wouldn't it be cool if we start up a Walking Dead podcast?" And we've done 3 seasons. We're 3 seasons in. We have to get on to the 4th season, but the show actually just ended last night. In case anyone doesn't know that,
I heard there was an overdue apology in it.
was there? Okay, I don't know too much about it because
Mhm.
I've kind of I'm waiting for the podcast to catch up with the rest of the show, so I
Right.
don't know exactly. But I have seen
I hear
some
you.
spoilers.
I'll say no more.
Yeah. Do you like The Walking
I
Dead?
haven't watched. I was one of the first people to like get on board with it,
Cool.
and then something just happened. I just stopped watching, and
Yeah.
I hear a lot of people that happen, but I kept
Yep.
saying, "Oh, it's on Netflix. I'll go back and watch," and just never did.
Yep.
But
So
it-
yeah, so that's how we met.
I like telling. Sorry.
Good.
I like telling the story because we work at the same nondescript workplace now. So our coworkers ask, like, because we moved state. So I had been living in Florida, and I actually remember him, like, while I was a regular at our workplace. He doesn't remember me, but I like to think that I get a pat on my back. So
Well, when you say it like that, it sounds really bad. I don't remember you.
No, I mean-
you were just a customer,
No.
and I had no idea who the heck you were.
no, and I mean, me being there like every day, I was like, you know, I mean, you kind of caught my eye, but never did I think anything would have happened. And so people here, like our coworkers now, ask how we met because we had moved from Florida to Georgia, thinking that we met along the way. And when things started like kindling, I had thought, because I was coming to Savannah for school with like, regardless, I had known this years prior. And he was like, that's okay. I'll just come with you.
Yep.
And at the time, it was like,
That's so cool.
at the time, I was like, oh, really? In the back of my head, I was like, yeah, right. But, you know, a couple months later, we started apartment hunting and
boom, here we
boom.
are.
There you go. There you go. Before we get into the movie questions, let's check in with the chat, see who's joining us this evening. First and early, we had Adrian James saying,
Hello,
hey
Adrian.
there. Hello, hello. My man Bob's Blu-rays.
What's going on, Bob?
Howdy.
He loves our conversations, so I love Bob. He knows that.
Yeah, we have our fingers crossed that we can meet him when he does his road trip stuff next year.
Same here. Same here.
So.
I'm trying to negotiate the how we're going to do it thing.
Yep.
We have Frederick joining us. Hey there.
Hey, Frederick. Cool avatar.
I agree. We got Michael saying hey.
Michael.
Hey.
I actually watched you did a conversation with him, right?
Yeah.
That was a good one because you know, I had never first of all, I never heard of Michael. Like I know he has a channel, but he's not too active on it. But I really liked his perspective on everything. So
yeah.
that was
another person like that is Gus. You always see Gus in the
and
chats
Gus.
and all that. And
Yeah.
it was really good to have him jump on and join me as well.
Yeah.
So we got Lopkey saying, don't forget to roundhouse kick that like button for us.
I feel like Lopkey has that copy and pasted ready to go in everyone's live chats.
It fills in the end.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like to think it's unique, but it's all good. Who else we have here? We got Mama Blu-ray checking in. Hey, Bonnie, how's it going?
We got Bonnie.
We got Mika, as always.
Mika.
Thanks for joining, sis. We got Steven Wilson.
Calling you the Spike Lee. Wow.
I appreciate that, especially since Spike Lee is on my mind this week.
Well, he's literally right behind you on your shelf right there.
That's right. Wait. I'm going to get it right.
Thing.
No.
Up.
There we go.
There he is. Yeah, the cameras.
There we go. We got Kayla checking in. Hey, Kay.
Hello.
Who else? Let's see.
I saw Tony's Movies and More in there somewhere.
Tony.
Yes.
There he is.
Tony P.
Meatloaf Tony.
Meatloaf.
Do you know about that, KB?
No, please tell me.
The Meatloaf thing. So when we went down to Orlando for Halloween Horror Nights to meet up with Tony and Durant Cinema, we were obviously at Olive Garden because that was a requirement on Dave's part. So we ended up at Olive Garden. And this was the next night. This whole meatloaf thing came from Cracker Barrel.
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
But,
you're right.
I like Dave tells it better, but
we were ordering.
The waiter came by and they were like, "What do you want?" And Dave was like, "Tony, do you want the meatloaf?"
It was like he was like, "I'll take the chicken tenders," and he was like, "All right, what for your two sides?" And Dave just said out of nowhere, "Hey, what about that meatloaf?"
Yeah, so
meatloaf isn't a side.
It just stuck.
That's a roll of the dice ordering the meatloaf. You don't know how long it's been sitting there.
It just stuck, and then we joked that it should be called Tony's Meatloaf and More, and all that stuff.
I like that.
He's officially known as Meatloaf Tony, at least in my phone.
I like that.
True.
I like that. Where'd I leave off?
Right there with Mika.
Yes. Kayla said, "Your meat, cute, so cute." We got Jared running in the house. What's up, dude?
Jared.
Another familiar face.
Thank you, Mika.
Yep.
I honestly, everyone tells me that, and I appreciate it. I appreciate having this unique way of meeting, like people that I watch and everything like that. But I have to say, I'm a little selfish because I sit there and I'll listen to conversations that you guys are having live streams on other people's stuff, and I'll have questions, and I'm like, I wonder. Let me write this down. I'm going to talk to them one day. And that's literally the questions that will follow. It's how it was built, because I'll sit there and go through your live streams, go through when you're on other people's channels,
Yeah.
and come up with these questions. So thank you. It's for me mostly.
Aw.
KB, you and Nathan and Ryan are going to St. Louis, and I'm coming over, and Bob is coming down. It's just not official yet. I like that idea, Ryan. All meet in the Lou.
Yeah, that's an ambitious thing Bob's undertaking.
Yeah, but you know what? He has so much love for people that I can understand. He seems to be a personal kind of guy that wants to do it in person. So I get it. I get
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
And yes, Mika, Durant, and Sue all have me coming to New England probably sometime in spring. So we're gonna manifest that and let it happen.
Oh,
There
lucky.
you go.
All right. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna leave off right there, and I'm gonna get into the questions because, you know, like I said, it's selfish on my part. So let's get into the movie stuff. Scenario. So one of these will be taken from you, and this, I guess, is more for Eddie, but you can't replace it, can't get them back, can't buy them back. Which is going? Your physical media collection or the pops?
Ooh.
Well, this is an easy one. I have more invested in the Funko Pops.
Mm-hmm.
Because I messaged you earlier a couple days ago and I said something like I'm rebuilding my physical media
Movie
collection.
collection.
I've
Yeah.
had this back and forth battle with physical media where it's one year I'm like absolutely in love with it, and then one year I get hit with the go digital, go streaming,
Well, not
go
even
Mhm.
that.
go all that stuff.
When we moved, you had like almost like wall to wall, like
Yeah.
in your closet, like it just in your room and drawers on
Yeah.
shelves, and you sold it.
Yeah, that was so that we could extra cash
But it was like
to
you
help with the move. So I could
Mhm.
easily let go of physical media. The pops would be
Yeah.
a little harder because I do keep track of them in the Funko app, so I know how much my collection is
Yeah.
valued at. So I'm gonna say physical media. That's probably blowing everyone's minds right now. But
No,
Not if
thank
they know
you.
you. Not if they know you.
yeah,
And the whole thing is the collection is growing and you're coming up with more unique items. So it's
yep.
value added instead of, decreasing value.
Plus, we just came back from Washington, which is where Funko
Love it.
headquarters is
Love
located.
it.
So seeing that, going there, experiencing the birthplace of Funko,
Mhm.
it definitely
Yeah.
added to the admiration I have for the company.
Yeah. I
So
I don't have a lot. I think I mentioned before I only have two, and I used to keep them at my office. I don't know where they are now. But I am determined that I either need to go to California or maybe to Washington State and get my own personal one because I think
yeah,
that's so dope.
yeah,
I love it.
it's
I would
it's
love to
really
have
cool.
a me pop. I
Yep,
think that'll be
They
fun.
are really cute.
yep.
What were your first? Just to keep it on this topic for a while.
Oh
And this
boy,
is for both of you.
yeah. You take that one.
I remember my first. It was back in, I want to say it was 2014, sometime around there. It was my birthday, and I remember I was still in middle school. So I'm sorry if that dated anybody, if that made anybody feel old.
It's all good, dear.
But it was my best friend in life who gave me one because she said, "Hey, like there's these things that have been coming out recently and they're little figures of like anything you could possibly want." And I'm like, "No way. What? They make figures of this?" And she's like, "Yeah." So it's from an anime called Black Butler. It's the character Sebastian. And
Mm,
she was like, "I know you love this, and, like, it's in a character, and they have, like, all these different characters," and I still have it. I still have it. That
that's
was
cool.
mine.
Yeah, I
How
feel
about
like
you?
it would have to be The Walking Dead, probably. Because the show was what 2010 is when it started. Funkos were pretty popular, coming out shortly thereafter, right?
A little
Funkos,
bit.
right? So I probably grabbed a couple Walking Dead pops, but Yeah, sort of like physical media. I have these ebbs and flows. So I went through a Funko adoration phase, and then I went through a I don't care about Funko phase, and now I'm back into caring about Funkos. I seem to have these ebbs and flows. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way. I DJ, so I have that. I have a podcast, and depending on the availability of both my co-hosts and I, we get in these stretches where it's like we're doing every week, every other week, and then we have a
Yeah.
stretch like, so what was the last movie we watched and did
Yep.
a podcast episode for? So the fans of that are really dedicated because they have no idea when we're going to put out a new episode. Um, how often do you guys venture out to the theater to like see new movies?
Well, I
Uh,
will say since we have been a thing, which is going on like 2 years, I
Hmm.
like within this time period, I have been to the movie theater way more than I have like in my life.
Yeah,
So
that happens when you're in love with the movie watcher.
yeah,
yeah.
and let's say like I wasn't a movie lover like before I met him. It's just like when you have somebody with that mutual interest and you're
Hmm.
like you both get excited to go not only to the movie theater but excited for the movie that you're going to go see.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
We
been
try to go pretty frequently. I know a horror movie will definitely get us there quicker.
Hmm.
Um, so we're today we were supposed to go see The Menu because I deemed it Menu Monday matinee, but
Nice.
that did not happen. So we're probably going to wait till next Monday for
Yeah.
the Menu Monday matinee. But yeah, a horror movie will get us there quicker, but we try to go pretty frequently. I know The Fablemans. I want to see the new Spielberg movie.
Oh,
Me too.
Definitely want to see that one. Jaws we saw when it was released in IMAX. So
Labor Day.
yeah,
Yeah. Our discount day of the week is Tuesday, so I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm going to Discount Tuesday tomorrow to see
as
the
the
menu.
menu. Okay.
Yeah. And
no
then when
spoilers.
no, never. I'm not the spoiler guy. And I think when it was first announced that they were going to have the new Knives Out movie in the theater for a week, I immediately got tickets as soon as they were
Okay.
available. So that will be Wednesday.
There you go.
So, and it might do Fablemans on Friday. I don't know. It all depends on how the week goes.
I know the most I ever went to a movie theater was when Movie Pass was a thing.
Oh
You remember?
yeah.
You remember Movie
Oh
Pass?
yeah. I
And I
one
hear,
week I did 4 movies in a week.
yeah, and I hear it's coming back. I don't know what's going on. I haven't done my research on Movie Pass, but
Hmm.
that was a movie dream. Like that was just everything where you could see a movie a day. As many, Did you know about that
No,
Movie Pass?
no. Do they not still have
It was like a
something like that?
monthly fee. It was like $10 a month or something. It was incredibly cheap.
Ridiculously low.
Yeah, and
And
and so that's why they went out of business.
hmm and it almost became like a scheme too. So I felt kind of dirty at the end when I was using it because I'm like, somebody's getting robbed here, and it's not me because I'm paying
Yeah,
$10 for a
yeah,
movie in Dolby Atmos that's like close to 20 just for that movie, and I'm doing this multiple times in a week. So
yep,
somebody's
yep.
coming up short.
Somebody's coming up short, but that was like 2015 because I remember
Hmm.
this channel, Fans of Something, we has been the same channel I've had in multiple iterations. So that was when my channel was called Bigger Boat Movies, and I was doing like endless movie reviews. I was just using that Movie Pass, and I was just pumping out movie reviews. Those videos are still on the channel. They're just privated, so no one
Yeah,
can see them. But
unless you give
yeah.
us a link. Haha.
Yep, I saw Durant was in the chat.
Yep.
There he
Hey
is.
y'all.
Dave
What up,
It's
Francois.
Dave?
it's the backstabber
The
himself.
hot chicken nuggets dipped in barbecue sauce. Let's go.
Let's
um,
go.
Michael's asking, "What's our names?" This is Haley, and I'm Eddie.
Or Ed.
Yeah,
Tony, have you done a conversation with KB? Coming soon. I'll
yeah. I
just
was
say
gonna say, I remember Andrew at Commander Nerd. He said you should talk to Tony, and I was like, "Where's that episode? I don't see it yet."
that. It's funny. I try to list like different people not in order of preference or anything, but just as they come to me between recommendations and ones that I have lined up, and also availability too. So that's a big thing. So like this was going to be my couples week for those of you in the chat or watching this on replay.
There
So
you go.
you guys were going to start off couples week, and then I was going to have another couple on Wednesday, and then another couple on Friday.
Oh, so
That
you're
couple
having
on
Dave and
Friday
Tony
is
come on?
no. Unless they want to. You know, I saw where Tony's foot was last week, so
Yeah.
anything's possible.
Yeah.
Anything's possible. I mentioned it when I did the intro, but watch-alongs. What gave you the idea to start doing that? And once again, thank you for popping my watch-along cherry on Little Shop
Absolutely.
of Horrors.
Absolutely. That was a lot of
I think
fun.
that was a running joke that night.
That was, yeah. Well, obviously watch-alongs are not an original idea. Like we did not invent them.
hmm
I don't know. It's just something that makes sense for us. It's the most fun that we can have, I feel. I like that they're live. I like that we don't do them by ourselves. You know, not that when we do stuff by ourselves, it's not as fun. It's just it is always more fun to have somebody, and it gives us an opportunity, especially with that Little Shop of Horrors one,
Yeah, that was
to
fun.
really just meet people that we haven't met before. Yourself, Mika, Fish, all of the like so, and then to just do it with a watch along. I don't know, it's fun.
I think it stemmed mostly from our fans of something live because that's what started our live streams.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
it probably came along with, well, we enjoy doing this. What can we do to up it? Like, what could we
Right.
do a little more? Like
That
more content.
that might have more of an interest to some, like, because no, if like people have interest in who we're talking to. Like on Wednesday, we're talking to Basement Blues for fans of something live 10. People are probably very
Love
interested
Tony.
in Tony. However, a vast majority of more people would probably be interested in Little Shop of Horrors and watching along with it. So we try to balance it. And we have a few planned for December. We don't want to do any in November just to kind of really give it a break.
So we did so many.
Especially like, people love the holidays, but they also don't. So you don't want to oversaturate the holiday movie stuff. But once December rolls around, we're gonna kick back the watch-alongs.
Plus, it's also another opportunity to get people back on from fans of something live to a live stream, to a watch along, or vice versa, because that's two whole opportunities we get to spend time with somebody. So
Yeah. I think I was telling both Bob and James from 20th and 21st that they're great, but I think if it's your first, hey, he just popped in. Hey,
I was gonna
James.
say that. I didn't want to interrupt you, but I was like,
No.
wow, James
As soon
just
as I
popped
said
in.
it, I looked up and I saw his name.
Uh,
I think it's great when you do the watch along, but I think it's better if you've seen the movie before
Oh, yeah.
because you'll have this mix of people. It's your first time watching it and you're trying to focus on it. And then you have everyone else who's seen it already and we're commenting on things and maybe foreshadowing a little too much about what's coming up. So I think it's kind of like, so you've seen this before, right? But it's always nice to have people discover it too.
Which is why I thought it was a little weird that Tony, James, were you also included in that you hadn't seen Little Shop of Horrors?
Oh, no.
Okay, you had seen it.
Yeah, probably in
Okay.
the theater.
I thought it was weird that
I'm
James and
that
Tony
age.
were like, we've never seen this movie before, so we're going to watch it for the first time and talk over the whole movie.
Yeah,
So,
but the whole thing is the experience, and we all had fun together.
oh
So
yeah,
that's
that
for
was
sure.
bizarre. That was bizarre to us because we've only ever done something like this where it's just one or maybe two max guests. To have that whole screen filled with people, that was like that was overwhelming.
That
to
was a
me.
lot of people. That
Heck
was a
yeah.
lot of people. What's Bob saying here? It would seriously be like a dream come true to hang out with Tony and Dave. I agree. That trip y'all took to Florida with fans of something looked like a ton of fun. Watch all your videos. So did I.
Aw.
So did
Yeah,
I.
it
I
was,
enjoyed those.
that's definitely one of my more favorite. Like I told Dave, I texted him, and I was like, we've hung out a lot of times, Dave and I, in person. Usually, always when he comes to Florida, and I'll meet up with him. And I told him, I was like, that was 100% my favorite of our hangouts because it was, you have Tony added to the mix, you have Hailey added to the mix, the first meetups of all of them. And then I only ever hung out with Durant for like a day and then I would leave. This is the first time where I was staying the whole weekend and just
it's a different experience.
It was so different. Yeah, it was so different. And Halloween Horror Nights, which I don't know if you've ever done that, KB, but that's you have to do Halloween Horror Nights one year. You have to do Halloween Horror Nights one year.
I'm repping one of the shirts this year.
The black phone.
Nice.
The black phone.
I like that.
I picked it because it says like double feature. I just like the movie reference.
Yeah.
We have a correction in the chat that I must bring to light.
I was gonna say too, that was Andrew. Yeah, that was Andrew.
It was Andrew's foot.
Yeah.
So I'm not familiar with you guys' feet and be able to tell one from the other.
Which
so
Tony, can you provide more context on that? I don't understand why Dave was bouncing on the bed and Andrew's foot was right there. I don't understand what was going on there.
Follow their Instagrams for more.
Yes.
Yeah.
For especially the stories. Some days they're a little more provocative than others. I have a solo question for Miss Hailey.
Hi.
When did you join Eddie in his videos? When did you start?
It was when we started Fans of Something. Yeah, I mean, he had been like something of a YouTuber prior to Fans of Something. Like he said, 2015, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was doing, those movie reviews or his little skits here and there. And we had the idea to move to YouTube a while into the podcast because it's like, hey, that's another medium that we would both enjoy. And
let's be real, a medium that more people are accepting of, podcasts, especially when they're only audio. Not a lot of people are.
It's more a little nichey.
Yeah, it's YouTube is definitely where it's at. So I was like, maybe we should, keep doing the podcast, but let's also try to do a YouTube thing.
Yeah, and it was definitely a jump for me because I've tried doing like a YouTube before. You won't be able to find anything now. But I'm a very shy, timid person. So to go in front of the camera, you could definitely see between like when we first started to now, like I've just evolved. But Fans of Something really brought it out of me.
Yep.
Good. And I applaud you for that because we have the third KB in here, and she could tell you about when I was first attempting to make a video. That's all I'll say, attempting. I started over, I don't know how many times, because I had the misconception that it had to be perfect. And the whole thing is, it doesn't. You have to be more you than try to go for perfection. And this is especially for you, Hailey, you have to say, what embarrassed me today?
Yeah.
And realize the most important part of that question is today, because there's always something embarrassing. And if you focus and you hyper focus on it, you're kind of discounting the fact that it's going to happen again tomorrow.
Oh, definitely.
So it's kind of like you have to take it like the change of weather and just go from there and say, screw it. Who cares if something's embarrassing? But that takes a lot. That takes a lot.
I remember, sorry.
No, just there she is. She was so nervous. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
I can tell you back when we first started doing videos for Fans of Something, he would take the reins, introducing the videos, and he still kind of does. But when he would say, you start a video for once, I'll tell you, we were standing there for probably like 10, 15 minutes, and it's just like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. So he would take back over, and it would be like, I'd be like, man, I just kind of want to crawl into a ball right now and not do this video. But I mean, it's in the past now. I mean, I could just boom.
Yeah. And I have to say the best thing about this community is we're so welcoming. So I think just knowing that kind of gives you a little, I don't know, enticement to just get on there and be you. So, I mean, if anybody meets me, they're not going to be like, this guy's so different than he is on camera. That's why I don't come with the, hey, that's not me. So I'm not going to be like that on here with you guys. And then you meet me, it's like, oh, like, dude, he's different. So what you see is what you get, whether you like it or not. I don't care.
Yes.
And I think
Ditto.
that's the most
Ditto.
important thing. I don't
Yep.
care. I'm going to check in with the chat because we're vibing. So let's see what else is going on. There's James saying hello to everyone.
I also saw he asked. I hope you don't mind if I'm like also looking at
No,
the.
no, please. This is
Okay.
a conversation. We go back and forth.
So I saw he had, yeah, right there. Yeah. Did y'all enjoy the Sandler concert?
Yeah, did you?
100%. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
it was wild.
It was like 3 hours long.
It was 3 hours long, but that was because he had 5 openers. He had 2 people that we've never really seen
No.
before, but then he had Rob Schneider come out. He had David Spade come out, and he had Kevin Nealon come out.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
Oh, wow.
not saying 3 hours was bad. I'm saying like for what we got the tickets for, like
Yeah.
well worth it.
Yeah, well worth it. And we see a lot of stand-up comedians. It's one of our it's like a thing that we love to do. And they've never gone that long.
Yeah.
But I was already a big Adam Sandler fan, and seeing him live and just seeing how he doesn't freestyle the way that someone like Bob Saget, like we've seen Bob Saget in person.
Yeah.
And Bob would always interact with the audience so candidly, but because he was playing in a smaller venue, like this was a giant arena.
I
So
saw that.
obviously Sandler can't play with the audience too much, but he had like a flashlight. He would shine into the
Yeah.
audience to try to get people.
Did he do stand up and sing, or did he just?
Yeah.
He
He
did.
did stand up and sing, and it was, for me, it was a little it was a weird juxtaposition because he would go from his stand up stuff into a song, then back to stand up.
But I
Yeah.
liked it.
I kind of
mean,
liked how Bob Saget did it, where he would do the whole stand up and then he would end his show with songs. I kind of like that a little better, but
Yeah.
Sandler was great. And I saw Lopke became a fan when we were, because he said we had him at Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
are you a Sandler fan?
I like his. I followed him since his Saturday Night Live days,
Okay.
and I think I even have like the best of Adam Sandler, the disc, the DVD or whatever. So
Yep.
I've always liked his comedy.
Okay.
And now that he's kind of transitioned from more comedic roles to more dramatic roles,
Now
I
that
think
he's in
it's
the
good.
Criterion collection, right?
Right? Right? You
Never
weren't
thought
gonna
that would
get,
happen.
Big Daddy or Nicky's boy in there. So
Yep.
Mika enjoys the watch-alongs. It's fun.
aw.
They are.
Yeah, they
They're
are.
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What else we have here? Collective experience. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Michael's saying rest in peace, Bob Saget. 100%. That
I
was,
saw that.
when anyone asks me what's my most impactful celebrity death, it's Bob Saget. It's 100% Bob Saget.
Yeah, especially since there was a little bit of a mystery of the cause of death there for a little while too.
Yeah. Which still doesn't make sense to me. Not to go off on tangents here, but that's
Yeah, you're fine.
to me it just doesn't make sense. It's a bizarre one that I don't think it will ever have a conclusive answer. But to say that he bumped his head and died,
Yeah,
it's so anticlimactic.
yeah.
You know,
My aunt had a brain aneurysm and she passed out, and same thing. So yeah, she was like the second mother to me. So when I first read it, I was like, oh, I can see how that could happen, but it's still kind of questionable.
Yeah.
It was just the way they were presenting it.
Yeah.
And I guess was
There was
Describing
like
it
some mystery to it.
Describing it as like a baseball bat to the head, and it's like,
Yeah.
dang, like I've seen The Walking
That
Dead. I
sounds
know what a
violent.
baseball bat to the head looks like.
For real. Mika said she found you guys through Tony. And she
Which
enjoys
Tony?
your
Tony's
content.
Meatloaf or Tony Basement?
Basement Blues or
Tony's
Tony's
Meatloaf.
Meatloaf and more. Yes, we're all waiting for Lucky's
Mika's
channel to
channel.
launch.
Yeah. Yep.
Lopke.
Oh wait, hold on.
Let's see.
Oh, Lopke. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
And
still
Mika.
waiting for Mika's channel to launch.
Yeah, I see
Mid-level
Mika on
media is how
Instagram
they came
posting
across
like
you
her
guys.
TikToks.
Yeah. Mika, I've seen you on numerous live streams. You're already there, sis.
I was gonna
You're
say,
there.
like, yeah.
She even got me to tune into a horror channel that I never watched before, but I saw she was on it. I was like, let me go see what they're doing. And they were doing a ranking of the Halloween movies. You're
Okay.
a natural, both you and Kira, natural. So you're all good. You're all good. Tony
I
says
saw
it takes the
Mika.
time. Go ahead.
I said I saw Mika for the first time when we were watching Huck's horror trivia night,
Mm-hmm.
and she was great. I don't know what she's talking about.
Yeah. You know what it is? It's getting past it in your own mind. 100 people could have you believe in it, but the biggest person is the biggest critic in your own head. So
Mm.
Tony says it definitely takes time to get used to talking to the camera. True, because I will be looking like this and it's nowhere near the camera because the camera's over here.
Yeah.
So little things like that. Uh, he was wicked shy because he's from New England. Now I don't care what I do on camera. What you see is what you get. That's the way to be, man. That's the way to be,
Mhm.
for sure. Yes, Michael, as we mentioned before, RIP. Uh, ooh, he's going to see Sandler next month. Nice.
Yeah, Sandler added dates to his tour because Savannah was supposed to be the very last stop on his tour, and I guess he just by popular demand.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's already taken off. They have no videos and almost 100 subscribers already.
Yep. Yep.
Let's finish up the questions and then we'll play a little game.
Yeah. 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 As long as it's
So
not Jigsaw related.
it's not Jigsaw, I promise. I
All right.
promise.
I want to play the
Um,
game.
why do you think we don't see more couples in the YouTube movie collecting space? I mean, I could come up with a bunch of them, but compared to the bigger picture, why do you think we don't see more couples?
I think it's because it's it's such a nichey thing, and
Hmm.
when you and so I feel like the other like the bigger example is probably going to be Ken and Michelle, right? And so you look at Michelle, right? And she's obviously clearly not a big fan of physical media, especially when they do the audits.
Hmm.
So I feel like
But
it's
she loves
hard.
movies, though.
She does
That's the
love
thing.
movies. Yes. She does love movies, and they do have their own channel together. So, but I feel like it's so hard to find somebody that has that interest as well.
Like the same
Hmm.
exact. Like
Yeah.
you like something and you want to do a YouTube channel about it and you're passionate about it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I was
it's a
gonna
lot of
say
criteria to cover.
I would argue that it has to do with just like how the media views like social media, like influencers, I guess you could call us nowadays. Cause I know when you start off solo and then you introduce, like, this is my significant other, it
Hmm.
could either help or hurt your channel. Like,
Mhm.
people
It's
will be like,
true.
oh my God, we love them, or it could get ridiculed to death.
Yeah.
And because people just love to hyperfixate, like, on that, like, they treat you like a celebrity, like, they crush on you, they devote their time to you, and then seeing that you have another person attached to you is
Hmm.
like, "No." Because I've just seen it, like, all too many times with, like, other YouTubers that I've watched, like, just
Hmm.
having their partner get slandered. But starting as a couple, I mean, I'm grateful that we, like, are being supported and nobody's, like, saying, "You guys suck, like, why do you date each other?" or whatever. So
Oh, and I
Craziness.
also see we have the troll here for Durant Cinema.
oh, no
Welcome.
I
way.
Hello.
see that.
Hello, Frederick.
No way.
I think whoever they are, just follows Durant, or anytime somebody mentions Durant, which
Yeah.
is weird.
Very weird.
Yeah, but it takes all types, right?
What did they call it?
Still talking about the twins. Yes, their channel will take off. We got a comment here about your Funkos.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
enjoyed
thank
them as
you.
well. They did
Yep.
come out very nicely. For
Yeah.
those of you
So
that don't know, check out their channel to see when they went to Funko Land, as I call it.
Funko Land. Such a shame that the boxes that they came in. Obviously, we couldn't pack them in our suitcases when we were flying back because they're very delicate. So I decided, all right, we'll put them in the carry-on. I'll bring them on. And it was a midnight flight from Washington to Boston. So that's a 6-hour plus flight and it's a time change or whatever.
Yeah.
Moral of the story is I had the carry-on with the bag wide open and I'm like falling asleep as I'm like holding my Pepsi, and the Pepsi ended up spilling on everything, and including the boxes of our pops. We still have the boxes. We didn't throw them away, but the boxes are.
Oh, you did? You kept them?
Yeah, the boxes are damaged beyond
Oh.
belief. So
you're talking about the collector case?
Well, you
or
know,
the
like how a
box
Funko
within
comes in the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Oh.
The Pepsi got on them, so
Oh
They're
man.
sticky.
it sucks.
But I mean, you can't just throw
Sad
away
to
like
hear
a
that. No.
Funko Everett Washington exclusive box.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Sad to hear that though.
Yeah.
Yes, it is just getting out of your own head. And in
Yep.
your case, scheduling time with your sister as well.
Mm.
Let's see.
I've always thought that. I've always thought, wouldn't it be funny if all the trolls hating on Dave are actually Dave?
Dave. Yeah.
Because it's actually rare to see a troll come in when Dave is there. So it is. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Have you seen the troll and Dave in the same room?
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. All right. Question for you guys. Do you guys do TikTok at all? Me neither. But
Good man.
I'm sure. Well, I respect my phone. That's all I'll say. I'm sure you've seen the couples challenge where they basically face away from each other and go through a comparison thing, like who snores more, or who's the better dancer.
I don't know.
What's that?
I've never seen it.
I've seen it on YouTube.
Okay, it's very simple. I'm gonna give 10 questions, and if you think it's you, you're gonna point to yourself. If you think it's Hailey, you're gonna point to her, and vice versa. So I'm gonna put you on the big screen.
Okay.
You're gonna close your eyes.
We both close our eyes?
Yeah.
Yep. So
Okay.
you can't see whoever's saying the other thing.
I'll even take my glasses off so you know I'm not cheating.
All right.
All right, here we go.
All right. 10 questions. Who initiated the first kiss? Who's the messy one? Who is more the social butterfly? Who's the better driver? Who is more lucky? Who's the bigger flirt? Who's got the cooler Funko Pop? Who's the bigger horror fan? Who can survive a 24-hour movie marathon? And finally, who picks the seats at the movie theater? Hands down, open your eyes. I loved it. I loved it. And now you're going to have to go back and watch this to see what the answers were.
Dang it, KB. Dang it. Oh, man.
That was fun. That was fun.
Oh, no, I'm curious.
See. Yeah, I agree, Mika.
Yeah, that does suck
Michael.
about the boxes, especially because they're not just like regular Funko Pop. Like they're like they even have your name on them and everything. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Adrian called it the Mr. and Mrs. game.
Mr. and Mrs. game.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
I agree, Mika. They are awesome. Great job.
Okay. Whoo. Thank you. I was nervous there. Like, did we suck? Did we fail miserably? Apparently we did a good job.
I'll just say this. You're not in complete agreement, but it was still fun.
Okay. All right.
All right. You ready to do the 5 takes?
Yes.
This is the part that everybody loves.
I love how Michael's like, are you doing the 5 takes?
Come on.
Come on. Can we get to the 5 takes?
Pump the brakes, Michael. Pump the brakes. So we're going to start with number 1. Name the film that made you fall in love with the movies. Hailey first.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. I'm glad that was unanimous. Um, so mine is definitely Tim Burton's Corpse Bride
Ah, love that
because
movie.
when it came out in 2005, I was small. Again,
Mhm.
sorry to make people feel old. Um, and it was such this like elusive movie
Yeah.
because it was, it was made for kids, but it was like scary and like I had seen nothing like that before. And so it took me a long time to actually be able to sit myself down and watch it because I was like scared. And when I did, not too long later, I'd already seen like Michael Jackson's Thriller really got to me. And I sat down and I watched it. I was like, this is nothing like Disney. This is nothing like anything I've ever seen before.
Yeah. No, it
And
is a Disney property.
well, okay. I mean, nothing like the mouse himself,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
all the Tootsie Fruitsy. Like this is like different, and like the way it is artistically done, and like the models and the song numbers. Like it was, I was like, I need more of this.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And yeah, that.
I had my hands on the picture disc vinyl for Nightmare today, and I was like, this
Oh,
would look so good on the turntable during the holidays. And my youngest daughter just loves Jack and everything associated with that movie.
yeah. You see
Um,
a lot coming out now because the holidays are rolling out.
Mhm.
yeah, but same motif between the two movies, so that's a good one. How about you, sir?
My earliest, so I had to go with my earliest movie
Hmm.
memory because that to me that's what makes the most sense. It's the first movie I remember seeing, and then I have been watching movies ever since. So
Yeah.
it's going to be. It's also ironic because we talked about this prior to coming on here. I was like, wow, it's also the same director. That's interesting. Um, it's Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes.
Oh,
Yeah, I know, I
okay.
know, I know. I lost some people there, but
Mm.
it's actually I find it to be an enjoyable movie. It's not better than the original by any means, but
Hmm.
I actually enjoy Planet of the Apes from Tim Burton. So that's definitely the movie that I remember watching. Like that's my first movie going experience, and so I
Yeah.
think it correlates well. I enjoyed that so much that now I've been a movie fan ever since. So Planet of the Apes, baby. What's that? 2001, I think. 2001.
Definitely a different take, but
Yeah.
good one. Good one.
Yep.
I'm gonna keep hopping back into the chats because we have some good dialogue going on here.
And I don't own
So,
it. I was actually very upset that I don't own that one. So I have
oh,
to find a Blu-ray of it.
okay. Mom Blu-ray said you guys did well. Bob likes the
Yeah,
thing.
that was
Love
cool.
the
No,
dialogue.
that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
something different. Like I said, I originally had the concept of this couples week, and that was like, what am I going to bring new to it? What flavor am I going to bring? So
There you go. There you
that
go.
was it.
Corpse Bride, great.
I
Uh-oh.
was referring to Nightmare Before Christmas
Yeah, yeah.
with the Disney reference. Yep, it is.
A
A
classic.
classic. I love how yours is a classic and mine is I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
No, we got some fans here
I'm a
too.
fan of Burton's Planet of the Apes. The ending is bizarre. Have you seen?
Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah,
ending's weird.
a little different. Have
Yeah.
you
I
guys
just said
seen
that
Ed
to be
Wood?
genius.
Oh yeah, Ed Wood is my favorite Tim Burton movie.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely up there.
Yeah.
Moving on to number two.
Name
Name
5 of your
five of your
favorite
favorite
films.
films.
Who goes first on this one?
Why don't you go first, Eddie?
Me. All right.
Just to make it equal and fair.
I felt obligated to not for all these questions, but for this one particularly, since we are getting into the holiday season, I'm gonna pick 5 of my favorite holiday movies.
Ah, okay,
Um,
go for it.
so we are going to start with this bad boy right here, and all of these we are going to be doing. Well, maybe not all of them, but most of them we're going to be doing watch-alongs in December. Starting off with Jack Frost. I'm a big fan of
The
Michael Keaton and Jack Frost. No, not the
Yeah,
murderous Jack Frost.
not that one.
Not that one. This is the family-friendly Jack Frost. Um,
Still Uncanny Valley.
And it was
Weird.
30% off at Barnes and Noble, and it was $5.99 to begin with, so it was a fairly
Wow.
cheap. It doesn't have a Blu-ray as far as I know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. To me, this is Michael Keaton in his absolute prime. He's never looked better in a movie than in Jack Frost. Not as the snowman, as the dad, like right there.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously with Kelly Preston having passed away, this movie hits a little harder now. And
Yeah.
it's it has the ghost ending, you know, the Patrick Swayze thing going on there, but and it's got a killer soundtrack too. He actually Michael Keaton recorded a couple songs for this because he plays a rock and roll artist. Like, have you seen this movie?
Long
Time ago.
Blockbuster days.
Long
That's
time
when I saw
ago.
it. Blockbuster days.
He's in a rock band, and so he actually recorded a couple rock songs. He's got a good voice, Michael Keaton.
A popular thing that we used to do is take the horror movie and switch it with that. So people open it up, they see Jack Frost, but different experience. Continue, please.
Continuing on, this is a classic, Home Alone. You got to go Home Alone.
I just did the face.
Yep. And then this one is actually a very cool find. I found this, Home Alone 2. I found this at Target in the clearance section for $6.99 with the slipcover.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't have it in the collection, so I picked it up. But obviously, yeah, you got to do a double feature, Home Alone 2.
Yeah. Some people like that better than the original.
Yeah, I'm a little more
like 1 and 2 together.
Yeah, I'm a little fonder of number 1, but 2 is absolutely enjoyable.
Tim Curry.
And they just announced a really sweet looking Funko Pop for Home Alone, where it's like a big, like it looks like a giant box, but it's when Marv and Harry are going up the stairs and he's throwing the paint cans at them.
Yes, I love that.
They turned that into a freaking Funko. So that's a day one purchase whenever I find it.
I thought about ordering that because I'm like, that would be nice to put out like during Christmas, you know, somewhere back here or whatever. But I thought
I'm wondering what the price point on it is going to be. I'm feeling like it's going to be at least 50 plus.
I was going to say, well, you have to look like, because there's other pop moments. I cannot remember for the life of me what the Jurassic Park ones are going for.
Yeah.
That'd probably be something similar.
Next up, and I love it because of the case it's in, it's going to be the Grinch. It's in the green case.
Nice.
It's going to be in I mean, come on. This is, you know, Jim Carrey, whenever he passes away, this is going to be one of the ones they continuously play in that reel of like his best moments. You know, just come on. Like, even so much to the point where if you go to Universal now, like Universal Studios Orlando, Universal Studios Hollywood, they do Grinch meet and greets, and the actor is literally doing a Jim Carrey impression.
I'm pretty sure they have to follow like be Jim Carrey.
Yeah, like he is the Grinch. Like all these other adaptations, you know, like the one with Benedict Cumberbatch. Like, what the heck was that? I don't even know. Why would you even try to top this? You can't top the Grinch with Jim Carrey. So
they went back to the well one too many times after that.
I'm telling you, that's number 4. And this one I saved one of my all-time favorites for last. And I could have used this for one of your other questions, but I decided I'll save it. But I absolutely adore Christmas with the Cranks.
Me too.
Thank God.
My favorite line. Oh my gosh, it's not even Saturday.
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And that was a very hard or expensive find for a while, that movie. So I hope you got it at a good price.
Well, I do know it just maybe not just recently, but I do know it got a Blu-ray transfer, so I have to upgrade it. But I don't understand why this has like, I'm pretty sure on Rotten Tomatoes this has like a 2 or a 3%.
Really?
I don't understand what the hate is. I mean, you have a weird, and she'll talk about it for a second, but you have a weird. She has a weird fear of Tim Allen.
I am afraid
She's
of
like
Tim Allen.
Scared of Tim Allen.
Like the person, the voice, everything.
Yes, him as a human being, it incites fear into me. Like everything from that to like the Santa Claus, Shaggy Dog, Home Improvement.
Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz
Buzz-
Lightyear, man. Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear, I can at least it's not like I can disassociate like his voice from his face. I think it's just I don't know. Like I'm just afraid of him.
I don't know.
And like so much so that like it's become like a joke in my family. Like I called up my cousin not that long ago and I was just like, hey, what's the one actor that I'm terrified of? And she was like, Tim Allen.
Allen,
And
yeah.
I was like, all right, thank you. Like to prove a point. Like, click, thank you.
But man, what an like and I also almost read the novel this is based off of, which is tell me this isn't weird. It's based off of a novel by John Grisham. And isn't he like known for like murder mysteries or like action novels or
Like-
something? John Grisham?
Like criminal law dramas and everything,
Yeah.
like Rainmaker and
Yeah. And then he
what is
wrote
it?
this.
A Time to Kill. That's another one.
And then he wrote this called Skipping Christmas. And it got turned into Christmas with the Cranks. I love the idea of it. Like
Yeah.
there's people out there that want to do it. They want to skip Christmas.
Mhm.
So I don't know. It just makes me feel so good when I watch this movie. And it's got Jamie Lee Curtis in a non-Laurie Strode role. So come on, let's go.
That's enough for
In
me.
a bikini. Scary.
And apparently there's some
comment there.
love. There's some love for Christmas with the Cranks in this chat. So I'm actually happy about that.
Yep. Do you have a 5 for us, Hailey?
Yeah,
Or
go
you just
ahead. What's your
gonna
5?
go with him?
What's your
I
5?
forgot this question was coming my way.
Only if you wanted to.
So mine is definitely I did not have the same intention of going with the holiday theme. I'm gonna go with obviously my Corpse Bride affinity. I'm adding in there. I'm gonna go with Beetlejuice to follow up with that Tim Burton. Silence of the Lambs, actually.
Very good.
Coraline. So all 4 of those are horror themed, but my number 1 favorite movie of all time, if anybody were to ask, is the 2004 SpongeBob movie.
The SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
Yes. Which, fun fact, I may be like a horror guru, whatnot, but I can recite the entire movie from memory.
Yep.
Including that beautiful song at the end.
Including Ocean Man.
Ocean Man.
I can do, and I've done the entire thing. It does take me an hour and a half, and I will do it again. But
I like that.
It's like my like, what's one weird fact about yourself? That's what I say.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. What was his rock song that he does? It's also towards the end.
I'm a goofy goober.
Yeah, I'm a
rock.
goofy goober.
Goofy
rock.
Goober rock. Yeah, I love that.
Goofy
We were in Florida and took the family to see that, and we were in a mall. So after it was done, we were walking around, and I couldn't stop singing that song. I was like, I don't care. I don't care if people are watching me. I love that song. So let's catch up in the chat before we go any further.
I love Michael's comment. Do you watch classics from before your time?
Oh, from before my time was still within his time as well.
I love the
got some
bluntness.
adverts that-
I love the bluntness of Michael's questions. I don't know. There's something amazing about it.
Love it.
we got some Edward Scissorhand love here.
Yep, there you go.
Some Jack Frost love.
Oh,
There you go.
Lopkey, thank you so
And
much.
Adrian and Mika.
You and Lockie
And
might be
Michael.
separated at birth.
Okay,
Look
well
at
now I know who to invite if we do a Jack Frost watch.
There you go. You got your 4 guests right there.
There we go.
We got some Home Alone love.
Both equally great. I don't know. I feel like Home Alone's a little better, but you know, Home Alone doesn't have the pigeon lady. That's all I'm gonna say. That for the longest time, that freaking pigeon lady just brought me down from Home Alone 2. Man, because she's such a blatant ripoff of the old man from the first movie.
It's like the sad replacement.
Yeah.
There you go. That's your.
It was
price point.
$49.99. Wait, hold on. You actually saw that Home Alone at Walmart?
I know it is in Walmart.
Oh my God.
Because I saw pictures.
KB, we have to cut
That's
this
right,
short. KB, we have to cut
You
this
gotta
short.
Grab your phone and do it.
Yeah, I saw like them unloading the boxes in Walmart.
There we go. Christmas with the Cranks. Holiday must.
Oh,
there you go.
Thank you so much, Mika. Someone gets it.
I wouldn't touch that with a 39.5-foot pole.
There you go. some love for Silence of the Lambs and
Coraline.
Coraline. Silence of the Lambs got me through college. I would literally put it on every night and just fall asleep.
Oh, there you go. You don't hear that every day.
Well, I was a little demented back then, so.
What changed? What changed, KB?
Sleeping Partners.
There you go.
I'll
There you
just
go.
keep it at that. If you want to read further down, I'm going to be right back.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. We'll take the reins here for a second.
Maybe there's a question there for you.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Michael's saying, not trying to be blunt. If you are or if you're not, it's hard to understand the context of a comment. But to me, your questions are very like
endearing,
to the point, which I actually really enjoy. Jordan, hello, what's going on, Jordan? We're doing pretty good. We're hanging out with KB.
Where was the question?
Well,
let's answer Michael's. Did we watch movies before our time?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I got the Jack Frost DVD on standby, so let me know. Absolutely. Okay, Lopke. All right, Lopke. Home Alone 1 and 2 get a watch along every year. Yeah. It's because it's kind of funny. Not a lot of people talk about Home Alone 3. I actually want to watch Home Alone 3.
Does it still have a?
No, it's not Macaulay Culkin. It's who the heck is the kid that plays in Home Alone 3? It's
Then who cares?
Isn't it the kid from Liar Liar? I feel like it's the kid from Liar Liar. Someone in the chat, let me know. Is it the kid from Liar Liar that plays in Home Alone 3?
Where's Laren?
I feel like it is. But I kind of want to see Home Alone 3. Have you seen it, KB?
No, I don't think I ever watched it. We got Jay Rickerson in the house. What's up, Jay Rick? Scrooge, another one of my favorite Christmas movies.
Bill Murray.
That's when I want to see.
That speech at the end. Whoa. Just looked up that Home Alone pop. It's like $120 on eBay.
Well, that's eBay.
Yeah.
No, I believe people are going to be doing that.
That's eBay.
If you want to make some money, buy steelbooks on the day they're released and then throw them up on Mercari the end of that week. You'll get what you paid for 2. That's what people will pay for 1.
Dang.
Just saying. Free money. I believe Beetlejuice is before her time, and that's a classic. There you go. She's watching a movie before her time.
It's actually before my time too. Yeah.
Love it.
Home Alone 3. That's right. It was written by John Hughes. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Who else did you just say was done by John Hughes? Who did we just said done by John?
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember.
Nuts.
What about black and white films?
Yeah, we watch like Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah. I just recently became a Charlie Chaplin fan. I picked up a few of the Criterions and really, really, really enjoy, particularly the kid. The kid I have a real fascination with.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Which I know is a mutual thing between James as well over at 20th and 21st.
And John from Plat X too as well.
I am something of a self-proclaimed movie historian. Like I just love like the history of film. So it's like, I know it's impossible in your life, no matter like how much of a movie like aficionado you are. And I will include Tony from Basement Blues, even though he watches a film a day. Like it's impossible to see everything you want to watch ever. But I try to hit like the most important ones throughout the entirety of movies.
Yeah, the staples.
Mm-hmm.
The staples.
I love film, and it's important.
Justin Cooper. I don't know who Justin Cooper is. To me, they look alike. Those two kids.
Let's continue on with the 5 takes by going into number 3. Name a classic movie that everyone loves, but you can't stand.
All right, I'm gonna get hate.
Everyone says that. It's your opinion. That's all that matters. Yours.
So which is very incredibly ironic, considering his 5 favorite. But I'm something of a bah humbug. I always have been. And I can't stand not saying every single holiday movie, because I do love like Chevy Chase's Christmas Vacation and The Grinch, but I can't stand Home Alone. Nor like anything like Elf or A Christmas Story. I know that was more than one, and I know that's
Yeah.
more of the reigns for people to hate on. But like those are like the big three that everybody like flocks to, and that has all the merch and stuff. And I can't stand them.
How about you, Ed?
Yeah. Yeah, that hurts my heart, but it's okay. So I figured I would retaliate, and I would choose one of her favorite ones, but that I genuinely can't stand. That I genuinely can't stand. Not to just spite her, but Lady and the Tramp. I can't stand that movie, Lady and the Tramp. I'm not big into animation to begin with, but when you have animation and talking dogs thrown together, it's just not for me. I fell asleep during that movie. I'm pretty sure, right? I fell asleep.
Almost.
Yeah, I can't
maybe.
stand it. Maybe that live action I need to check out on Disney Plus.
Ew.
Did that come out already?
I feel like it did, right?
That was like 2-ish years ago. Maybe.
That wasn't 2-ish years ago, was
I
it?
swear to God.
No way.
It was like during the pandemic. It was like when movies first started going like directly to streaming.
Either way, maybe that would be more up my alley. But yeah, Lady and the Tramp wasn't for me. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There you go. Mika with the love. That's
Thank
okay.
you, Mika.
You like
Thank
what you like. And that's the most important thing. Notice I'm not saying, that's a terrible take. I don't care. It's you. It's what you like and dislike. So let's flip that quickly. Name a critically hated movie that you love.
so I have it ready to go. The Happening. I absolutely adore. Well, I adore M. Night Shyamalan to begin with.
Which is
So
controversial. In
I
itself.
could pick a lot of his movies, but I feel like The Happening is one of his more critically panned movies.
Yeah.
And so it's The Happening, baby. It's The Happening. Come on, guys, take an interest in science and you'll understand this movie now. Okay. You understand me? Freaking Mark Wahlberg. I'm pretty sure there's a scene in this movie. I haven't seen it in a while, but there's a scene where they're like trying to escape and a guy comes over and they tell him something. And his actual response is cheese and crackers. I'm pretty sure like that happens in the movie, right? Cheese and crackers. Anyways, this movie's amazing. And yeah, love it.
Yeah.
How about you?
So I feel like everybody's gonna like kick and scream and yell at me because it's like, you hate Home Alone. How could you like? Where is your taste? When I say,
Don't worry about it.
when I
Don't
say
worry about
that,
it.
I changed my answer by the way when we were talking about this because I have more of a controversial one.
Good. Controversy sells.
I have an affinity for like at first it was ironic. Like I watched it when I was small, so I liked it then, and then I grew up and I was like, wow, this is kind of garbage. And then I continued to grow and it was like, no, I do like it. It's the Mike Myers Cat in the Hat movie.
The Cat in the Hat.
Oh, wow.
Oh boy. Wow, you
I
even got a
haven't heard a
response from
reference to that
KB.
one in a while.
You got a
Wow.
response from KB.
I also can quote a majority of that movie, not like the
Yeah.
SpongeBob one, but I do it pretty good. I mean, I don't know. Like I genuinely like it's kind of hard for me to watch a movie and laugh out loud, but like I'll do the air out my nose thing like but when I watch that like I laugh and it's funny and it's Mike Myers and I don't
Yeah.
know.
And it's also Kelly Preston. So
Also
there
Kelly
you go.
Preston.
Some Kelly Preston
Hey.
love tonight.
There are people out there who love the Love Guru, so you're not out there by yourself. It's okay. It's
I
okay.
actually just saw something where Mike Myers commented on that. I don't know if he was interviewed or something, but he can't like he was like, look, I understand the Love Guru didn't find an audience. I just love making stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he said. So, you know.
I just love Mike Myers.
But apparently, fun fact, he was kind of like a douche on the set of The Cat in the Hat.
Yeah, I heard.
I wonder why.
So maybe it was the cat suit. I don't know.
Gives you power.
Hot.
Maybe he was taking it a little more seriously than most of the people there were, because it's like it's the Cat in the Hat. Like,
Yeah.
what are we doing here?
Classic Dr. Seuss.
It's also Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, it's Alec Baldwin.
Yeah. Floyd House Flicks.
Floyd House Flicks.
What's up, Big Chris? Thanks for joining. Finally, you get in. That's a good one. What else? There you go. Controversy creates cash. That
I
sounds
like
like a
Michael's
Wu-Tang
comment.
lyric. Which one?
I like Michael's comment that just popped up.
Oh, I didn't get to it yet. Hold up. Bob, Haley, it's okay. Dell hates Home Alone as well. Film is subjective. Film is subjective. Never apologize
That's
for what you
true.
hate or love.
Oh,
Let's see.
I think I had enough of Ken.
uh, Facts. That's Rio's all-time favorite movie? Oh,
I can
oh
see it.
my.
I can see it.
I could see it.
It is a visually stunning movie. I mean, just like the sets and everything are very impressive. So,
Yeah. All
Like
right.
it just missed the mark, like because the Grinch is like kind of raunchy, and so it
Mhm.
literally just, and that's what people liked about it because it was a turn on the classic.
yeah. So they were like, all right, well, let's do that, but times 1,000.
Yeah. And it almost seemed like he was freestyling half of the Grinch. Like, I'm just gonna make jokes on jokes on jokes.
Yeah.
The Cat in
All
the Hat
right.
was literally the movie that I believe Dr. Seuss's widow
Yeah.
was
She
like,
was like,
no
no
more.
more live actions. You can only do
You
animated
spoil
from
it
here
for
on out.
everyone else.
Yeah.
All right. And getting back to the questions, ready to land this plane with number 5. Who would you like to see me have a conversation with on this channel?
All right. Well, I'm gonna say I'm gonna give you 3 here because we have a mutual one that we agree on, so we'll save that one for last.
Okay.
But obviously, I want you to have Meatloaf Tony.
Yes.
Coming up.
Meatloaf Man.
Please have Meatloaf Tony. And then before we agreed on one, I was thinking he's a semi big YouTuber. He's got about 25K. But his name is Dave McCrae. I don't know if you've ever heard of Dave McCrae.
Mm-mm.
No.
Writing it down.
Dave McCrae, MC, and then a capital C, or no, sorry, MC capital RAE. So like McDonald's, but Mick Cray. He's like he's very into like horror stuff, but he's just a phenomenal personality. Like
Yeah.
he's a wicked personality.
He's like a voice actor.
Yeah.
And so
Cool.
he has that very much like animated aspect about himself.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. I've had him on my podcast a few years ago, but and then the one we mutually agree on,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3,
Laren.
Laren. You got to get Laren on this
And he isn't
thing.
here. Why isn't he
Yeah,
here?
why Laren?
Maybe you got the time confused or something.
Oh,
That's the
let
thing
him
about
know.
different time zones. It's always hard.
But yeah, he's such
cool.
like he knows everything and anything.
and he's just a good person. Like
Yeah.
he's another good personality. Like just a cool dude. So
And he loves movies.
Cool. I wrote them down.
yeah, Laren. What is it? McMullen? Laren McMullen?
Oh no, Laren, I don't know your last
I feel like
name.
it's Laren McMullen.
Let's see.
Audrey Geisel.
fun.
Yeah. Yep. Laren had one job and he failed.
What?
One job to
He
show
failed.
up.
Oh man. But
Yes.
I'm glad everyone else showed up. Thank you to everyone in the chat for coming out tonight and
Yeah.
joining us.
KB, is this the longest episode?
Live one, I'll say.
Longest
I've
live?
had longer pre-recorded ones,
We'll take
which
it.
was
We'll
fun
take it
because to take an hour and 27 minute
and condense it.
and condense it, because I try to do the pre-recorded to under an hour. So if someone's watching like on their lunch break or whatever on a Monday, they could, still have time to go
Smart.
back. So,
Smart
but
man.
we live, we could run this thing like Pop's Movie Dungeon and be up for 5 hours, so it's a different thing.
Floyd House
I-
flicks. Mike Myers is notoriously a douche.
I did that the other night on Saturday. I sat down and I said, "What time did I start watching this? It's 12:30 at night." I started at 8:30, so it was well over 2 hours.
I'm telling you.
Second cousin Dave, you came in too late. We're wrapping it up, but catch it on the replay. Glad to have you here, my friend. But I want to thank you too for doing this. I am so glad we had so much fun with this because I really wanted to do the whole week, but you guys opened it up anyway with a great conversation. I enjoyed it. I hope you did as well.
Yep. And we will be sending you our video. Like once we get off here, we're going to send you that video that you requested. Apologies for not sending it sooner.
No worries. You're good. And I had the most fun creating your background. Yours and Alex Thomas, but yours took more collaboration. So
I love it. I love it.
Love it.
what is Bob saying here? Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. I thought you had a question, but I'll take that. I'm gonna keep doing it as long as people keep watching it. So thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, everyone, once again, who is in the chat. Yes, Dave, please catch a replay. Like, share. Hopefully, you all subscribe, so I'm not going to say that. But I'll do my outro, then you do yours, and we'll call it a night. So, as I always say, thanks for joining us. Go watch a movie and
keep being fans of something.